So today we will perform experiment of separating and throttling calorimeter. Though name is calorimeter, here we will not measure the calorific value. We will measure the calorific value of steam. So for this, first of all, we need a steam. So I will explain you one by one all the components of this experiment, and then we'll see how this experiment can be performed. So very first and important component of this is the boiler. Here we are generating the steam. This is the water level indicator for the boiler. So we have near around 2/3 of water should be there in the boiler, so that it can convert it into steam with the help of heaters. So two heaters are connected with this boiler, and the controlling buttons for these heaters are here. Okay. So right now you can see it is off. Already we have achieved the temperature of steam inside the boiler, which is 120 degrees Celsius. This is the set temperature which looks in green color, whereas in the red color is the actual temperature of water in the boiler. This is the pressure gauge fitted to the boiler, which measures the pressure of the steam inside this boiler container. Once the steam is generated, here you can see, come on this side. Here this steam from the boiler. So this boiler is connected with this outlet pipe. This outlet pipe is insulated so that heat should not be given to the surrounding. So the temperature of steam will be same. So this outlet pipe, it will come here. Okay. So here you can see this is the control knob. So when we open this, the steam will start flowing from this to the separating calorimeter. So this part is nothing but the separating calorimeter, and this second part is nothing but the throttling calorimeter. So we are combinedly performing experiment using both separating and throttling calorimeter. In this separating calorimeter, when we make this knob on, so steam will start flowing here. Here there are two concentric cylinders are there, and due to the centrifugal action, it separates the dry steam from the water particles. That's why this container is called as the separating calorimeter. The maximum water droplets are separated inside this, and these water droplets collected we can see here in this indicator. So this is the glass indicator in which we can see how much water is collected, and finally in this measuring flask we'll measure this moisture separated from the steam. So this is the separating calorimeter which separates moisture or water droplet, and that will collect it here through this. Okay. So this is required for the calculation that how much water droplets or we have separated in the separating calorimeter. Now when the water droplets are separated in this separating calorimeter, comparatively dry steam will be available to enter in the throttling calorimeter. As name is the throttling calorimeter, here there is one throttling valve is there where the steam gets throttled to the superheated. Okay, and it gets superheated. So that's why it is called as the throttling calorimeter. So before and after throttling, we'll measure the gauge pressure which is required for calculating the dryness fraction. Once the steam is throttled, the pressure after throttling can be measured by this U2 manometer. In this U2 manometer, already we have water, and with the help of this, we'll measure the pressure after throttling in this throttling calorimeter. Then this superheated steam is then collected in this. So after throttling calorimeter, steam will come here in this heat exchanger, or we can call it as a condenser, because it condenses the steam which is throttled, which is superheated. That steam will get throttled in this heat exchanger with the help of cooling water. So here you can see we have a tap water connection to this heat exchanger. This hot steam will enter this, and it gets cooled down and it gets condensed from vapor to liquid water. Finally, we'll collect this in this measuring jar and we'll measure how much steam we have throttled. So it is again required for the calculation to find out this dryness fraction of the steam. So here the connections are given from the tap water. This tap water is again given to the surrounding. So we will not measure how much tap water we are taking. We are just interested in condensing that 100% steam which gets throttled, and will measure the quantity of steam which is get throttled, and the function of this heat exchanger is to convert that steam into liquid water. Now we'll take readings. you need to understand while taking reading, you will make this knob on so that steam will enter the separating calorimeter, and after when you open this, then it will enter to the throttling calorimeter. The readings that we have to take is the temperature of this after throttling, the gauge pressure before and after throttling, and later will collect the moisture collected here and the dry steam on the back side. Okay, now we'll start with the experiment. So the steam is entering to the separating calorimeter. The temperature of steam is this, and moisture collected we can observe here. We are opening this, means we are throttling the steam, and this is the pressure after throttling. So here you can see the manometer reading difference. So on this side reading is almost 9.8, whereas on another side it is around 10. So 2 millimeter difference is there in the manometer reading. So after sufficient throttling of the steam, we can close this throttling valve, and we can also close the steam entering to the separating and ultimately the throttling chamber. The temperature after throttling is 156.3 degrees Celsius. Now it is go on changing, but we have to take the maximum temperature during the experiment. So though the temperature you can see it is go on decreasing, we have already noted the maximum temperature during the experiment. Now we will see how much is the moisture separated in the separating calorimeter. Please check. So this is the measuring flask. This is the moisture separated from the steam in separating calorimeter. So we can see this is the amount of moisture separated. It is around 20 and this is 30. So 29 ml is the moisture separated in the separating calorimeter. This is heat exchanger on the condenser. Here we have condensed the steam which is collected from the throttling calorimeter. This is the tap water. So I will close this connection. So tap water is already stopped. This is the measuring flask we have kept here to measure the amount of steam collected. So here you can see around 50 ml. So the maximum capacity of this is 1 liter, 1000 ml. So around 50 ml of water is collected, means 50 ml moisture is converted, steam is superheated, steam is converted into liquid water.